All right, welcome Fort Wainwright. Colonel Nate Sir, your garrison commander here. We are at the wonderful Warrior Zone, as you can see. Today we're going to be discussing about many things that we can do this winter to get out and experience some things and also meet new people in the community so we could truly thrive up here at Wainwright during some of the colder, darker times. Although we're gaining roughly 6-7 minutes a day now, right, which is awesome. You know, once you cross that threshold of December 21st, you can look at it positive every day, gain 6 minutes. And we're almost in February, so spring is coming. All right, so we're going to dive right into this. The first one is a lot of fun for our families and our soldiers. And it's a combination of events that NFL, cheerleaders, players, and also mascots that come up here every year for the Super Bowl. So the first event is Saturday, February 11th at the Youth Center. Doors open at 9 a.m. and then the event starts at 9:30. And that is, we call that the Youth Cheer Clinic. And so you'll have the cheerleaders there and the mascots. It's great fun for all kids 17 and under. So join us at the Youth Center for that. Also, make sure you wear sneakers to that. You're not coming in with cowboy boots. So think about gym class, right? No food and drink on the floor except for water. And here's who's coming. The Falcons and the Colts mascots and the cheerleaders from the Broncos, Rams, Colts, Seahawks, Falcons, and Titans. Obviously, there's nobody that's competing for the Super Bowl right now. So, but yeah, great group of folks. The next thing is on the same day, it's Saturday, right after they get done with the youth clinic, they're going to move over to the PX food court area from 11:30 to 1 o'clock p.m. And again, it's just a meet and greet for anybody that wants to come out and enjoy that time with them. And then the final thing, which is what I'll call the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl, but it's our Super Bowl party right here in the Warrior Zone. No registration or is required. However, if you want a table, if you reserve that ahead of time, it'll allow you and your party to come in. So that is on obviously Sunday, the 12th of February. Doors open at 1. Kickoff is scheduled for 2:30. And the Falcons mascot will be here, and the Broncos and Seahawks cheerleaders. The reason not all of them are here is because we separate them out between here, Eielson, and Greeley for that day so we can all have an event. It was a lot of fun last year. It was packed. Every single TV in here is got the game on, so hope to see you there for that. All right, our next topic, just a quick refresher. We talked about the Yukon Quest during the last Arctic Vibe. Just a reminder, that's coming up on 4 February. So you can either go down to the Morris Thompson Culture and Visitor Center downtown Fairbanks and watch all the dog teams get ready and start, or like many of us do here at Fort Wainwright, is we just go to the various places on post and watch the dog musters come down the Chena River. So they start at 11 a.m. on Saturday, 4 February. So literally when the first group, the shotgun goes off, within 15-20 minutes, you will see them down here on base. You know, maybe 30 minutes. It doesn't take them long, actually. So I hope that you're out to support all the dog musters for the Yukon Quest, whether you're downtown or right here at Wainwright. Just a reminder, don't bring your dogs because it could distract those dog teams, so it's just out of respect for them. And if you are going to actually physically go on the river because it is frozen, just be very cognizant because the river is not always frozen to depth where you can stand on it. There's a thing called gray ice, so just be very smart when you are doing that. Okay, next top topic is emergency relief. Our Army Emergency Relief Program, AER. That kickoff for all the units is on 9 February at 1500 right here at the Warrior Zone. We hope to see all the unit leaders, company and above there. I mean, anybody's free to come, but definitely the leaders there and the AR reps, because it's because of your effort that last year we were one of the best per capita installations in the Army.
Hi, I'm Gina Singleton. I'm the ACS Finance Counselor here at beautiful and cold Fort Wainwright, Alaska. I am here to work with service members and their families, so your spouse can come in with or without you for an appointment. And I can help you to create a budget. I can help you to get your credit report and all of your credit scores. We can make a debt management plan. I can teach you about your investments and about your TSP retirement account. I'm located in the Welcome Center Monday through Friday from 8 to 4, and also part of my financial readiness program is Army Emergency Relief. So we help soldiers in more than 31 approved categories with no fee and no interest loans. So come by and see us if there's anything we can do for you here at the Financial Readiness Program.
All right, welcome back, Fort Wainwright. So today, special guest, Christine Donovan, who I know is near and dear to my heart. Because her husband is retired Command Sergeant Major, happened to be my old Sergeant Major when I was a young captain, keeping me in line. So she knows some background on me, so I got to be careful with her.
No, I keep him in line, sir.
So yeah, but she is our Army Community Service Director, and we're very blessed to have her on the team. And there's a plethora of capabilities and services that Army Community Services provides. And we're going to hit some of those today to hopefully spread that knowledge across the community so they could take advantage of these things to help you become a stronger family or individual in a variety of areas. So welcome, Christine.
Thank you.
And our first question is, so we talked a little bit about AER, or we will in the program. And one of the things is if before you have to go to AER, or if that situation isn't the case, you just want to be stronger in your financial readiness portfolio or whatnot. What are some things that ACS can do?
Absolutely. So we have certified financial counselors on our team at ACS who can do all kinds of things. They can help you set a plan up to achieve certain goals. They can work with soldiers, they can work with spouses, they can work with couples too. And so it doesn't have to be a crisis situation.
Right.
You just be smart. And these are services that cost a lot of money outside the gates, and they're services that we provide, of course, for free for soldiers and family members. So they can help with things like simple stuff like understanding your LES, or it can be more complex about how to buy a home, right? What are some of those steps, or how to set yourself up, or to dig yourself out of credit card debt? So all kinds of resources there, and they love doing this.
Yes.
Another side of financial readiness is spouse employment, and spouses are unemployed at like 4 times the national unemployment rate. It's just crazy because we have so many spouses who are so skilled or so experienced and with life experiences and education and that sort of thing. So we have also certified career counselors on staff as well to help with anything from like reviewing a resume, sir, to helping career planning. It's a big topic. It's one of the top issues among military families is spouse unemployment. So even the 20+% unemployment of spouses that exists now, of those who are employed, more than 60% say that they are underemployed. So they're not in the jobs they want to be in. Yeah. They're not in the jobs that are going to move them in the career path that they want and they deserve. So we're here to help with that as well.
Everyone knows USA Jobs, the federal website to get employment, is not fun to navigate. Mm-hmm. Guess what? Our team can help you do that, and they can show you how to build the resume to get it through the hurdle to be fully qualified for the job. That's the #1 struggle I hear about from all the families. And this program can make that a lot less daunting.
That's right.
So the next one is, a lot of people don't know AER, right? Army Emergency Relief. They know that it helps soldiers and families with grants and no interest loans in times of need for like 30 different areas. For example, car maintenance, because your engine has major issues and you got to do some major work that's costs thousands of dollars. What they don't know often is they offer scholarships. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. So there are scholarships for spouses and for dependent children. It's not scholarships for soldiers, but it's for those other two folks who
Yep.
who could really use them. So the window for dependent children is open right now. It closes on April 1st.
Okay.
And for spouses, it's open all year long. There's a little bit, so the scholarships are for an undergraduate degree, your first undergraduate degree, some other pieces like that. But it's easy to fill out the application. It's online, aerhq.org. You can fill it out there, and we'd like to see that being used more. I wish the AER headquarters would call us at Fort Wainwright, call you, sir, and say, hey, what is going on? Why are so many people applying for scholarships there? That would be a great problem to have.
I agree 100%. So what she's really saying right now is, if you're fully qualified, there's a great chance you're going to get some free money. So why wouldn't you do it? And it actually is fairly easy to apply. It's like a page or two. So we'll put that website up there for you. And again, walk through the doors, say, show me how to do this, and they'll walk you through it. And, you know, free money, right? So the next one is, we're going to talk about this in more depth in another video, but at the same time to introduce it, you know, what is one of the ways that our soldiers and families can get out there and get involved in the community?
Yeah. So volunteering is such a great option, such a great connector for people if they want to get to know the community outside the gates. They want to get to know the community inside the gates a little bit more. There's so many opportunities. It's a way you might volunteer on your own, you might volunteer with some friends, you might volunteer as a family. What a great way to develop those relationships too, by volunteering together or individually. But we have lots of places to volunteer, like the USO or ASYMCA, youth sports, RSO, the BOSS program, of course, and then lots of things outside. Somebody was just talking about volunteering at the University of Alaska Museum of the North, right? What a great way to understand interior Alaska and meet folks who live in your new community. So we can help give you some ideas for where you might want to volunteer. We can help get you set up in the volunteer management system so you can track that and keep a record of it as well. So yeah, come on in and we can get you on that path as well.
Yeah, and for those who volunteer, 100 hours or more in a given year, we have a special ceremony for those individuals every year that we'll be doing this year. I think it was April 20th, if I remember the date.
I believe that's
popping
right,
out
sir.
thin air, but yeah.
That's right.
But you'll see more coming on that later. But it's a wonderful opportunity to just really recognize, because last year it was like $500,000. Is that right?
That's right, sir. Yes.
That volunteer hours that this post contributed based off what we knew of. Imagine if all the folks that are volunteering actually put all their hours in the VMIS system, which is actually pretty easy to navigate now. So again, walk through the door of ACS. Our spousal employment is also our volunteer section area. Jimmy Russell, and he will help you with all of that.
Absolutely.
So, all right, so last thing is, if a soldier and family wants to improve their relationships, and we'll talk about this later with the chaplain Military Family Life Center, but there's also other options, and ACS has those. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that's right. So our FAP team, Family Advocacy Program, works with Chaplain Lemke and RSO on some programs as well. I brought a couple of books, for helping with parents of teens or things like the love languages and that sort of thing that we work together with RSO on. But we've got some of those resources. We can do classes for units. We can do classes for SFRGs or other groups as well. But the military and family life counselors are another great option, sir. So, so they do a lot of couples counseling, but I think when we talk about couples counseling, we think we're going in because there's an issue, but it doesn't have to be.
Nope.
It can just be because we want it to be better, and instead of taking an online course, we're going to set up a counselor with a licensed family life or marriage counselor, and they'll help us kind of set some goals or help us map out some plans to just have the best relationship that we can have.
No, 100% agree with you. It is relationship management. I personally been married 18 years, been with Alicia for 21. I mean, anybody that's had a relationship knows it's about constantly trying to improve.
Yeah.
Because if you're not trying to do that, You're going to hit bumps and it's going to be hard to get through.
Yeah,
So,
I
and these
agree.
are all avenues that are wonderful to utilize and
right.
can really teach you a lot.
Yeah.
I know they have me. So,
That's right. I think those relationships, they're not static, right?
Nope.
They're either getting better
That's
or
right.
they're not getting better.
That's right.
So you may as well be
It's
intentional
like the stock
about
market. You want it to do this,
That's right.
right? Instead of sign waving or
Yeah.
going like this,
That's
right?
right.
And all of these resources we're talking about today, you just got to have the courage to step across that line, right? And ask for that help.
Mm-hmm.
And once you do, I promise you, you'll be thankful you did it. Thanks so much, Christine.
I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Hi, my name is Amber, and welcome to the Army Wellness Center. We are a free service here on post. We're right across from the main parking lot of Bassett in Building 4077. Our services are available to our active duty, dependents, DA civilians, and retirees. And today we're here in the bod pod. This is our #1 service. The bod pod's going to look at our fat mass versus our fat-free mass, give us an idea of kind of what that body composition's like. We also offer services such as the resting metabolic rate. That's going to look at how many calories you're burning while at rest. Then we look at your lifestyle. We talk about how your exercise impacts the calories you need to intake. And we give you an idea of how many calories you should intake based upon your goals, weight loss, weight gain, weight maintenance. We work closely hand in hand with the dietitian and the Army Body Composition Program, so it's a really great service. We also offer our VO2 submax test, in which we have a treadmill or bike option. We bring you up to 85% of your max heart rate. We do a hand grip, back strength, and flexibility along with that, and can give you some heart rate training zones in case you want to improve your fitness or just want to have a better idea how to be more cardiovascularly fit. And then we also have a biofeedback stress management service in which we can show you some live action software in terms of how stress is impacting your life and your health, and then we look at ways and techniques of how to manage that stress, and then you get 30 minutes in our massage chair, which is pretty nice. We also offer some classes on nutrition, healthy sleep habits, stress management, and then before you can start services here, we do an in-processing class. That class goes over all of our paperwork, our preparation guidelines, and then goes in a little more depth of what our services are testing for. Again, we are completely free. We are a self-referral service, so it's not something where you have to go to your PCM. You can come right to us for whatever your goals are, fitness-wise. If you just want to talk about maybe a fitness program, we can help you out with that as well. I do have a staff of 3 health educators along with myself. I'm here to help you and aid in whatever fitness goals or health goals you have set in mind.
Hey, welcome back, Fort Wainwright. Great guest today, and one of the things that I really hope you participate in, because personally it's one of those Alaska things like dog mushing and the Yukon quest, which I talked about earlier and we had on the last show. Gotta go see this. So with us today is Natalie Coxon, who's the ICE Alaska coordinator here in Fairbanks. Welcome, Natalie.
Hi, thank you.
So let's just jump right into it. What is it? What is ICE Alaska?
So ICE Alaska is an organisation that was actually put together by volunteers in 1990 to put on a ice art festival. So ice art has been around, I think they said, as a bit of a festival since the 30s, but they kind of made it into a proper organisation in about 1990, and then it's gone off from there. So they have the World Ice Art Championships where people come and compete. And then the side bit was they also created a little playground for the visitors and everybody else to come and enjoy. And now it's grown into a big competition and a big playground.
Yeah, well, it's hard to really even come close to describing it. We'll show a couple photos here as part of this, but you just have to come see it. And so we'll continue on with this. So walk through the process of providing the space and the materials to create one of these ice sculptures.
Yeah, so the first part is, of course, we actually need ice in massive big blocks. It doesn't come from Amazon. We actually have to grow it in a pond and then cut and harvest it like it is out of the Frozen movie and then transport it to the fairgrounds. So, and then they sculpt the ice art out of that.
So those massive blocks.
Out of those massive blocks.
And they take those blocks and in many cases they actually freeze them together with water to make a continuous.
That is called Arctic glue. That is
There we
something
go.
I learned.
Arctic glue, yeah.
Arctic glue, what is that? Do I need to buy that from Samson's? No, you don't. You just need to get out the hose.
That's right. Yeah, it's these sculptures are massive, and it is beyond anything. Like last year, I remember the polar bear with the pregnant polar bear, right? And you could see inside the little bit. I mean, I'm like, how? So it's almost like magic how they're able to do this.
Oh, absolutely. So with multi-block, they have 4-man teams and they use multiple blocks. I think it's at least 9 blocks that they, as a minimum. Last year they had Best Tea in the forest, and they actually built a big Yeti Sasquatch with a little cup of tea. So it was so big.
It's like 14 feet or something.
Yeah,
It's
you know, and
absolutely wild.
elephants, and then there was big beasts that Tater built that was huge, and yeah, it's just incredible. So all multi blocks that they use.
So now that we've kind of somewhat talked about what it is, and hopefully if we haven't already talked, well, there's a playground too, the ice playground, which my kids, once I got them on it, I almost had to unthaw them off the ice because it's just giant ice sledding areas where you launch. I shouldn't say launch, but you go fast, and it's like a big tube. I forgot how long that was, and then there's an ice hill.
We have all sorts. So we've got little slides, we've got big slides, we've got slides in the creek. Last year we had the slide that was the volcano.
Yep.
We have all the lights that go around the park so people can take photos, and obviously so they can see. And they also build a ice games room. So little ping pong sets. Josh did a curling rink last year that was like a mini one, and they have the
an air hockey
beanbag.
table.
Oh yeah, air hockey, the little beanbag. What's that? Cornhole.
Oh, cornhole.
Yep. So all of those sort of things. So they've got all of that sort of stuff so that, you know, people can go and have a go before they go, or they can play that while the kids are going up and down the slides.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we
it's
take
really
full
awesome.
credit. Thank you, parents, for wearing your children out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
when does all this take place, and how can so what's the window, like when it all starts up, and when can we go watch them make it, and then when is it's done and this is all on display?
So it probably really starts with the volunteer sort of stuff and the harvesting of the ice blocks in December. And then that goes all the way up until this year to the 16th of February, because then the park opens on the 17th.
Okay.
So as far as visitor viewing or tourist viewing or whatever, nope. If you're hanging around too long, I'm putting you to work. So you can volunteer if you want to. You can come and cut blocks of ice. You can weld them together with the ice glue. You can push snow around, so you can come and volunteer to build the park and prep it all. But we don't have the public open or into the park until the 7th, or it's still opening day, which is the 17th of February.
So you're saying like right now, throughout the week, or just weekends, we can show up and just volunteer to help?
Yep.
Every day of the week?
Yep.
There we go.
Yep, absolutely. I just get you to sign my Rumpelstiltskin paperwork.
Yep.
To give away your first child, to say that if there's any accidents, then we just push you out the front, pretend we don't know you. And people just come along. Some people come along and they just do an afternoon. Some people have only got like a Friday off, so they only come a Friday. Some people actually take time off and come from the lower 48 and come for a block amount of time.
Well, that's really cool. So we need volunteers.
Yep.
Anytime between now and the 17th of February, 7 days a week.
Yep.
And mostly during the day, or do you go throughout the night?
Not particularly as such. We try to, because it's so dark. So we try and sort of finish what we can as much as we can by at least probably 6 p.m.
Okay. But on the 17th, that's when you could show up, and every day of the week?
Yep.
All the way through until
31st of March.
31st of March.
Yep.
17 to 30 February to 31 March.
Yep.
And you pay a small charge, I think. It's very nominal.
Yeah, so it's $17 for adults. Kids under 5 are free. $8 for children. Military get a discount. They're at $12. Senior citizens get a discount. They're at $12.
and it's well worth it. I mean, we spent and it was cold too, so we had to constantly warm ourselves up. But I think it was in the negatives when we were there last year. But we were there probably about 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, so we do have a concession stand just on that because, of course, it does get really cold.
Yep.
So we do have a guy who sells hot chocolates and bits and pieces. We also, in our gift shop, sell hand warmers and beanies and stuff like that. If people come unprepared, which does happen quite a lot, no, you cannot wear your Dunlop volley shoes into the park. Well, you can, but your feet will freeze off. So, yes, it's we do have that available.
Well, I think we've covered everything. Is there anything I missed?
So on the 15th, which is actually not open to the public because we wanted to give them a bit of a head start, the collegiate competition starts. So we had a bit of an exhibition last year, and this year we decided to ramp it up and encourage a few other people. So the collegiate being the college competition, and it's usually taken up by culinary students. So this year we have the Oregon culinary students coming again, plus the Anchorage military students coming, plus the Fort Wainwright military students coming. And they are all going to be competing on the 15th, 16th and 17th of February. So people will be able to see them on the last day when the park opens on the 17th, and the awards ceremony will be on the 18th.
Outstanding.
Yeah, so they got to bring their A game, go hard or go home. You know, they want to make themselves known in the culinary world of the collegiate competition, and this is the time to do it. So
awesome.
I think we've got 9 from Fort Wainwright, 6 or 7 from Anchorage, and then 6 from Oregon.
Wonderful.
Game on.
Natalie, I can't thank you enough for coming. I look forward to seeing you.
Thanks very much.
Hello, my name is Jimmy Russell. I'm the Army Volunteer Coordinator here at Fort Wainwright. I'd like to take this opportunity to tell you why volunteering is important. First, you get an opportunity to build lifelong friendships. You get an opportunity to learn new job skills. You also get to work on your mental health by focusing on the needs of others, which is quite fulfilling. Lastly, you get an opportunity to support the community that is supporting you. So if you're interested in becoming one of our outstanding volunteers, please call us at 907-353-4337 or come by and visit us at Army Community Service located in Building 3401, which is the Welcome Center. Thank you and have a great day.
Hey, welcome back, Fort Wainwright. Hey, got another wonderful guest here. We got Chaplain Lemke, who is our Family Life Center chaplain. So welcome.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate the opportunity.
So this is I believe, a well underused asset. And the reason he's here is to hopefully spread the word across our community to this wonderful capability that we have on our base that can truly help marriages and relationships across the full gamut. Young, middle, old, doesn't matter. As everyone knows, it always takes work, constant work, to have a good, solid, loving marriage or relationship, whether it's with family or not. So, Chaplain, tell us about the Family Life Center.
Sir, as you already said, it's a great resource for families because what we are first over there is chaplains. So there's that element of confidentiality that we bring to the plate. But what the Chaplain Corps saw a need for is to send some select chaplains to go get a master's in counseling. So we're a little bit more than just a chaplain in a unit. We've got some advanced training, and it's specifically in what they call systemic thought. So we really look at the family structure. So couples are where we put a lot of energy. We can still see individuals. Some of the capabilities even, we're trained in EMDR. So there's just a lot of great resources over at the Family Life Center by itself.
What's EMDR?
EMDR is a common modality that they use to treat PTSD in the military. It's eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. Very effective, a lot of science behind it, and some of our own behavioral health assets use that as well. So very common in the military.
Awesome. So where is the Family Life Center?
So Family Life Center, best way to describe it is that it's directly behind Northern Lights Chapel. Its physical address is 3429 Rhineland Avenue, and it's kind of a standalone building by itself. So you can get to Northern Lights, take that long parking lot right beside it, and you'll see a great big sign that says Family Life Center right there. So,
that's right. It's connected.
Right.
I get to it by going through the front door, but
yeah.
Bottom line is you go to Northern Lights Chapel, you'll find it. Yeah. It's just on the back side of it. Been in there. I've seen what you guys do. Got to meet that young couple that came in,
Yep.
and literally just see the difference you were making in their lives, because it's so challenging for new marriages.
Roger.
Again, the younger you are, probably the more challenging, just because the life experience isn't there. But it's for all ages, and even some marriages, as we all know, that are strong at one point, they have a challenge somewhere in there.
That's correct.
And that's what you can do for them. The power of talking and the power of helping somebody put things into reality for you, because our own perceptions often aren't reality, is very good.
Yeah.
So is there any other capabilities you'd like to talk about?
I think I'd be remiss if I didn't mention one of the things, of course, he's value in us doing is also helping our unit chaplains. So if we're going to really look at family health, a lot of my emphasis is in training some of the unit chaplains that come in so that they're just as effective, if not more, than I am, because they're on boots on ground, as we like to say, with those soldiers and possibly even the spouse at times. So there's a lot of great capability in that training aspect.
No, it's great, and that whole chaplain enterprise that we have on the space. I mean, you all are working overtime to really get out there and get in the formations. I know we have our Mission 100 chaplains that are maneuvering in the barracks in the evenings, on the weekends, because a lot of times it's taking that first step.
Roger.
Right? It's and once you cross that line, like I have many times in my career, you realize, wow, this is an amazing resource, because it's a combination of the chaplain corps, the military family life counselors, other behavioral assets that we have via the Bassett, our community hospital structure here. It's wonderful, and we've done a wonderful job over the last year and a half of taking that to a whole new level that you might argue the Army has not seen. But we're not done, and we're never finishing. We're going to continue to push the envelope so that our soldiers and their families know where the resources are and are not afraid or shy to come across and get them.
Roger, sir. Roger. And it's kind of interesting. One final note just to mention is that as we've only been open for about 6 months. We've watched, when I opened the door the first time, 45 people roughly coming through in the month of August to, as of December, we had about 180. So the word is getting out there, and just appreciate the opportunity even to tell a little bit more about it.
Well, I can't thank you enough.
Thanks,
Thank
sir.
you so much.
Appreciate you.
How you doing, Fort Wainwright? Command Sergeant Major Murillo here, your Garrison Command Sergeant Major here at Fort Wainwright. So I have here sitting with me Sergeant Matthew Ruiz. He is our 2023 Boss President. So Sergeant Ruiz, welcome. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the segment. So we're going to ask you a couple of questions about Boss. All right. So first of all, what is Boss exactly?
Hey, Sergeant Major. Well, first of all, thanks for having me. And Better Opportunities for Single Soldiers is a program where we support the overall quality of life for our single soldiers on this base. And basically, we try to include organized recreational trips and community service opportunities where soldiers can go volunteer throughout the community, whether Army or the Fairbanks area.
Okay. Yeah. So who's eligible for Boss?
Who's eligible for Boss? There are single soldiers, GO bachelors, and single parents, Sergeant Major.
Okay. All right. So if someone is interested, what do they have to do to get involved?
To get involved with the Boss program, we do have our Boss office which they can call. They can also look at our social media outlets. We have an Instagram and we have a Facebook.
Okay. All right.
And also throughout the brigade of 111th, we do have our Boss representatives in every battalion and every company.
That's amazing. That's great. And that's just to be able to spread the word even more, right? Mm-hmm. So let's talk about what we have planned, what Boss has planned for the winter activities this year.
So actually, for the month of February, we're going to be very busy. We do have some snowboarding classes. We do have ice climbing trips. We have a snow machine trip and an ice fishing trip. So be on the lookout, soldiers. But we have all that filling up really soon.
That's good. Y'all teach skiing too, because I think some soldiers out here that's going to be their primary duty is skiing out here. So just remember the pizza, right? So so let's talk about let's shift gears a little bit. One of the things, events or programs that Boss offers is S.A.D. Mm-hmm. What is S.A.D. and why is it so popular?
So S.A.D. is additional to the Boss program. It's a volunteer opportunity that runs every Friday and Saturday from 2300 to 04, and basically we just provide a safe ride home to all the soldiers or DOD card holders.
Okay.
Yeah. We have 2 fully capable vans. They're warm and ready to go whenever they call us at night. So we go as far as the Safeway at North Pole and all throughout the Fairbanks area.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So all the way through Safeway at North Pole
Mm-hmm.
and the Fairbanks area. All right. That's great. So so I was able to take part of, volunteering on Christmas Eve this past year. So it's a great opportunity, great group of soldiers, great opportunity for you to volunteer. Just make sure that you annotate your volunteer hours in VMIS, all right, because it could work towards your Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal, along with other volunteer opportunities. So again, thank you for that. So Sergeant Reeves, I appreciate your time today. All right, great opportunity. So thanks very much. All right, thanks. So Fort Wainwright, I highly, highly encourage you, if you are a single soldier, geographical bachelor, or single parent, please get involved. Please, please get involved. I mean, we have no idea how you can change the lives of the people that you're around just by sitting next to someone and being involved in a program and just building cohesive teams. All right, so if you're a leader, please encourage your soldiers to participate. All right, so again, thank you, Sergeant Reeves. Thank you, Fort Wainwright. Have a good day.
Hey Fort Wainwright, Rebecca with Special Events here. We've got a whole bunch of fun and exciting events coming up here in February. For the country line dancing that is coming up, it will be Saturday, February 18th, right here at Warrior Zone. It is an 18 and older event, and you do need to register, as we are looking forward to a packed house that night for some dancing. Then the following week on the 24th of February, which is a Friday night, we will have Nellie's Echo here at Warrior Zone again for an 18 and older concert that night. Registration is not required for Nellie's Echo. We can't wait to see you guys at these 2 events here coming up at Warrior Zone.
All right, Fort Wainwright, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Another wonderful Arctic Vibe. We're well over a year in these now. We rotate every single month around the post. To hopefully deliver some new ideas and new opportunities and capabilities the base can offer the community, so you're as well informed as possibly can be. Next month, 23 February, we'll be up at Birch Hill Ski Lodge, so come join us up there if you'd like, and of course that airs the very next week on that Tuesday. As always, if you have any input or any suggestions about anything, you can always put it in the comments, or you can always call our PAO office or use the ICE system if you need. We're always looking for innovative ways to improve our community. Stay safe out there. Enjoy the last couple months of winter. Get out and recreate. Get out there and go see the ICE festival. Go see the Yukon Quest. I mean, these are Alaska things that you will never forget. I promise you. Take care.